Alright, let's talk about something that's got the music world buzzing, the Beatles' Rubber Soul Super Deluxe Edition. But before you roll your eyes and think, another Beatles reissue, let me tell you why this one's different. And trust me, as someone who's spent way too much time analyzing album reissues, this one's a game changer. First off, Rubber Soul isn't just any Beatles album. It's the one where they started shedding their cute mop-top image and diving into something deeper. Giles Martin, son of their legendary producer George Martin, called it an album born out of frustration of not wanting to be little boys anymore. And that's what makes this reissue so fascinating. It's not just about the music, it's about capturing a moment of transition, both for the band and for music history. Personally, I think this is where the Beatles stopped being a band and started becoming an institution. Now, let's talk about what's in the box. You've got 68 tracks, yes, 68, spread across 4 CDs or 5 vinyl LPs. But here's the kicker, these aren't just the same old songs. They've been re-engineered using this demixing technology that was developed for Peter Jackson's Get Back documentary. What does that mean? It means you're hearing Rubber Soul like never before, crisper, clearer, but still with that raw, 1965 magic. One thing that immediately stands out is how this technology doesn't just polish the sound, it reveals layers you never knew were there. It's like discovering a hidden room in a house you've lived in for years. And then there's the packaging. An 88-page hardcover book with a foreword by John Lennon, an intro by Paul McCartney, and a ton of photos and background stories. What many people don't realize is that these extras aren't just fan service, they are a window into the band's mindset during this pivotal moment. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a reissue, it's a time capsule. But here's where it gets interesting. The vinyl version is $229.98, and the CD set is $149.98. Yeah, it's pricey. But in my opinion, this isn't just a purchase, it's an investment in musical history. What this really suggests is that we're moving beyond the era of disposable music. People are willing to pay for something tangible, something that feels like it matters. And Rubber Soul. It matters. What makes this really interesting is how it fits into the bigger trend of Beatles reissues. We've had Sgt. Pepper, The White Album, Abbey Road, each one a deep dive into the band's evolution. But Rubber Soul feels different. It's the bridge between their early pop days and the experimental genius of Revolver and Sgt. Pepper. From my perspective, this reissue isn't just about celebrating the past, it's about understanding how the Beatles got to where they did. So, should you pre-order it? Personally, I think if you're a Beatles fan, or even just a music lover, this is a no-brainer. But even if you're not, this raises a deeper question: what does it mean to revisit and re-experience art? Are we just nostalgic, or are we genuinely adding something new to the conversation? A detail I find fascinating is how this reissue forces us to rethink what we thought we knew about Rubber Soul. It's not just an album, it's a living, breathing piece of history. And with that, I'll leave you with this: if the Beatles could push boundaries in 1965 with limited technology and a tight deadline, what's stopping us today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this reissue worth the hype, or is it just another cash grab? Personally, I'm already clearing space on my shelf.